Hi everybody, my name is Giselle Carvajal and today I'm going to talk about the role of materials designer. What was the conception of materials development decades ago? Well, previously the teaching materials were only in charge of illustrating a topic that was already reflected in a book, and the teacher was the only one who was in charge of teaching it and taking his own point of view. But little by little, it was changing, and the conversation between the student teacher was implemented a little more in order to know their needs and possible adjustments to the system. So that's why they were learning collectively through communication. Nowadays, all material design are focused on the construction of autonomous and collective learning that adjust to each of the students' needs in order to optimize the teaching process. What does development materials demand from teachers? Well, the development materials contribute to easy absorption of knowledge since it implies the use of essential materials that capture the attention of the students, and for this reason it becomes the main help teacher when developing the class is present. Here tenets that materials development must hold. First of all, achieve impact through novelty, variety, attractive presentation, and appealing content. When a class is given, it's so important to have material that attracts the attention of the students. It will help them to more easily remember the proposed topic and to be motivated to participate. A class becomes boring and monotonous when the teacher always uses the same material that are no longer of interest of the students. Help learners feel at ease. Well, I believe that as teachers we have to be tolerant, um, to be open of for all the answer that a student can give us. Why? Because in this way he's going to feel um, comfortable and he's not going to be afraid to participate. So we have to be so tolerant with all the answers and trying to help them all the time. Facilitate the student self-investment, which aids the learner in making efficient use of the resources to facilitate self-discovery. Nowadays, thanks to technology, we are more connected to all the information around the world. So we can investigate all the information that the teacher can give us at the class. But the most important thing is to guide the students for the same path. In this way, it's gonna be successful when they are trying to do the researching. Taking into consideration that of learning to take place, learners may be able to rehear certain information, to retrieve it from short-term memory, or to produce it when prompted by the teacher of or the materials, but this doesn't mean that learning is taking place. In many cases, the students only learn for a short time because he or she has not put that learning into practice every day. For that reason, it's so important to follow a sequences when the material is provided and use it every single class. Finally, we have to do a evaluation when we can evaluate this knowledge was learned or we have to improve it every day. Taking into account students' different learning styles, such as visual, auditory, kinesthetic, analytic, experimental, global, dependent, independent, etc. It's very important that the material given to the students has many chances of practicing. We have to we have to design different kind of material which can just to the students or can switch to the students, depends of their needs. We cannot design only one material for all the students because they are going to learn in different way. We have to have that clear. Okay. What are the components of creating and adapting the didactic learning materials? First, needs assessments. It involves a set of aspects that determines teacher decisions making what will most probably help both students and teachers achieve meaningful and effective teaching and learning settings. Setting goals and objectives. During some to be focused on the EFL, classroom should be set up clearly, remain and satisfying students' needs and expectation through the development and implementation of learning materials. Conceptualizing content design as syllabus. This component encompasses the incorporation of language aspects and language learning development procedures that are vital to the course progress, and its design demands accurate knowledge of the teaching and learning process to promote more interesting, significant, and favorable learning environments. Selecting and developing materials and activities according to their needs, age, preference, abilities, interests, and expectations, we have to make effectively and opportune decisions for their benefit to achieve optimal performance by students. Organization of content and activities. In materials development, both content and activities could be structured and three distinct fashion known as the volume, the recycling, and the sequence of a matrix approach. The first one gradually moves from the simplest to most complex activity, from the general to the specific ones, and from the concrete to abstract. The second one provides students a learning challenge in terms a new skill area, a different type of activity or new focus. The third follows constantly sequence to be filled within a given period. Evaluation. Evaluation is a constant process and so must be carried out during the ongoing lesson. This suggests any moment is an opportunity for the teacher to check what the students have understood and how much they have been able to apply. Resources and constraints. When we are teaching and using material, some of the material may be lacking. For this reason, the teacher must be flexible and use material that is already available in order to apply a class successfully. What is the principal role of the teacher when designing language learning materials? The main role of each teacher at the time of designing the class material is to be aware of the needs of the students and to be facilitator of knowledge. He must provide the spaces and material which motivates the students to participate. And the class be aware to give a class which is not monotonous to the students and bored. Today we have an infinity numbers of tools that can help us when we want to design a material. For this reason, it's so important to be creative and dedicated necessary time for prepare the class. Okay? Thank you so much and see you next time. Bye.